What's going on, everybody? This is your boy, Leonard Lucas III, and my great co-host next to me,
Josh Lucas. How you doing?
And, man, we're thankful for everybody joining on the episode today. Man, we got a lot of great stuff that we're going to be talking to today, and Josh is going to give you a list of a lot of things that we're going to be talking to. This episode is basically going to be about the NFL. We're going to be trying to lock it down to see what's going on in the NFL, some of the key names, some of the key movements that's going around in the AFC and the NFC. So, Josh, what we got going on today?
Man, we're going to focus on the New Orleans Saints right now. We're going to talk about a different topic today. We're going to talk about Michael Thomas and his contract negotiation. Is he worth the $20+ million that he's looking for? Maybe, maybe not. What you think?
Man, this has been a big deal, man. I've been watching a lot on ESPN, and there's been a lot of back and forth. Like, is he worth it? Is he not worth it? Looking at Odell deal, looking at DeAndre Hopkins deal, and comparing the numbers. This has been like a big splash. We already know right now he has not even showed up to training camp because he's still in the process of negotiations. Sean Payton and Mickey Loomis yesterday at the first day of training camp was talking about they're in the process of trying to get things done. Mickey Loomis said that he doesn't know if they're in the process of finishing the deal because he never knows what these things yet. But they're in the process of getting things done. I mean, he has so much tremendous value on the team. Now, me personally, I think he's asking for what Josh, the logistics, I think it's $20 million.
Maybe, I'm going to say $20 million.
What
definitely at the $20 million mark.
So, like, he's right at the $20 million mark, and he definitely wants to be, like, one of the highest, if not the highest paid NFL wide receivers. Now, going to that, like, for me, $20 million for a receiver is like quarterback money. Like, when I think about $20 million, I'm thinking about the Russell Wilsons. I'm thinking about the Aaron Rodgers. I'm thinking about the Drew Brees. When you look at a receiver who's good, when you look at the tape, you know, Michael Thomas is great. He's a phenomenal route runner. We know that. That's true. He can beat you in the zone. And if you go man-to-man, we've seen what he did with the guy against the Rams. Who was the cornerback against the Rams, the guy?
Oh, man. I don't know.
We forgot it. Whatever. He got torched. Yeah, he got torched anyway. So you can see that the versatility that he has is crucial. Josh, before we go, I kind of share my thoughts on it. Before I go and kind of talk a little bit more about my feelings, what you think? Do you think he's worth 20?
Man, first and foremost, Michael Thomas is worth way more than $20 million.
Oh, okay. What's the reason for that?
You understand first and foremost that Michael Thomas was, and always will be the best NFL receiver for a few more seasons. Let me run down some stats for you guys. So, last year, we all know that he had 1405 yards for the entire season. He was 147 attempted throws to him. He had 125 catches with an 85% catch rate, 9 touchdowns. This is what a lot of people don't know about Michael Thomas. These are career stats that I'm about to run to you guys. Michael Thomas, over this whole season,
a short career, if we would say,
with the New Orleans Saints, just 3 seasons. He had 47 games played in those 3 seasons. Michael Thomas had 321 catches for 417 throws with a 77% catch rate. He accumulated 3,787 yards total. He had 23 touchdowns as a New Orleans Saints for 3 seasons. He has a 31-16 record as a Saint. We need Michael Thomas more than we think. Michael Thomas is definitely a dog. I could run numbers all day. If you want to know comparison to the number 1 highest paid receiver, which is Odell Beckham, let me just run it just for a quick second.
Give us that before I get my opinion.
Odell, he is the highest paid receiver right now with a $90 million contract, $65 million total guaranteed. He's making $18 million a year. Over 5 seasons, he had 59 games played. He accumulated 5,476 yards. He caught 390 catches with 622 attempts. He had a 62.7 career catch rate. He's 25-34 in his career.
Okay. So you gave me a lot of key things on the stats and statistics. Before I go to my guy, I'm going to tell my guy in just a second. So we're going to get back to that. So let's go to the Odell comparison. I really want to get this from you. You look at the Odell comparison and you look at a guy like Michael Thomas. When you look at these 2 key guys and you look at Odell and Michael Thomas, one of the things that I would have to look at, quarterback play. quarterback play is very big when it comes to this.
understand.
Eli is not the guy that can really get it done. And Odell said in a recent press conference, people came to watch the Giants game to see Odell. Not necessarily Eli, but Odell was the show. When you look at that situation and you bring a guy like Odell or Mike Thomas in, who would you rather be the key guy as a wide receiver? You think you would rather keep Mike or would you go with Odell?
I mean, I got to be real with you. I still would keep Michael Thomas.
Okay.
You're
And what's your reason
about
for that?
the physicality of this player. Michael Thomas is strong. Michael Thomas is not as fast as Odell, but he is a quick receiver. He will beat you on the first 3 steps that he takes once that ball is thrown out. I'm sorry, man. Michael Thomas is a dog, bro. Michael Thomas is a fucking savage. And we need to understand that Michael Thomas was, and always will be for a few more seasons, the best receiver in the NFL.
Now that's a bold prediction, my brother. That's a very bold
Numbers
prediction.
don't lie,
They
bro.
got a lot of dogs
Numbers don't
in the
lie.
NFL. Numbers don't lie, and there's got a couple of guys that had more receiving yards than him. Not just saying that, but receiving yards is the biggest thing when it comes to a person's versatility, a person's production. But it says a lot. Now, Michael Thomas is my guy. I'm a huge Saints fan, diehard Saints fan, and I love Michael Thomas. But one of the things I want to go into, when you look at a guy like Odell, and we go back to some of the seasons, I mean, the one-handed catch, that's a once in a generation type catch.
I mean, you have different versatility. You have different dynamics of a player. I think that Odell Beckham is definitely a human highlight reel.
Yeah.
He is a great receiver. He's a great route runner. He can create great separation, but at the same time, I'm looking for someone who has that athletic edge, someone who is physical, someone who is big. I need somebody with great size like Michael Thomas has. He's 6'4". I don't want to be wrong on the actual weight that he has, but he is
Who cares
pure
about
muscle.
the weight?
He is pure muscle.
But yeah,
man.
he's I mean, the cut. I seen him when
He is
when he
huge.
did that. He did that. That dude is.
Hey man,
he got the
he
guns.
is freaking huge, bro.
Yeah.
And he is a dog.
Okay. I wanna go into